All right, Sean Bormet, 5 questions. We're getting ready to leave town tomorrow, coming off of a pretty lopsided dual win on Friday against Michigan State. It was the largest margin of victory ever in that series history, 43-3. What were your takeaways from that duel?
The more lopsided, the better. I thought it was great dual meet, mostly just because of how our guys really performed, how they wrestled. A lot of the stuff, a lot of the inconsistencies we saw those first 5 weeks of that first semester. We spent a lot of time over that break, and we were training a lot of those areas, a lot of those sort of situations. So it was great to see that hard work and see the rewards of that hard work. Now the key will be, again, consistent follow-up, and as we keep moving through this season, just maintain those same standards and that same approach.
It seems like we got a few guys who are trying to win the mantle of most exciting and biggest reaction, and Cam Catcherbone seems to be winning that right now. So, what do you like about him, and really kind of his energy?
Yeah. No, Cam. I mean, we got a bunch of guys. Cam's certainly one of them. Just great personalities, great characters. I mean, they're a ton of fun to coach. They love the sport. They're passionate about it, and they want to win for Michigan, and they want to put on a show and entertain the fans. And that was the other thing I felt really good about is, I felt like up and down our lineup, all 10 weights, there were exciting matches, high attack rate, a lot of points going on the board, looking for bonus points, trying to score from whistle to whistle, and just the things that make wrestling the most exciting. And I felt like the fans got a great experience.
Diego a little under the weather, so we have Christian Tanafu in there, and he kicks it off, about as good as you can. So how pleased you are with Tanafu there?
Yeah, I was super happy for Christian to get that win. He's been sort of in on our lineup over the years. He's always in here working, and sort of a tough bottom is a position that he's put a lot of time into, and he had the lead, then he lost it, and then he was on bottom, and he was in a tough position. The leg riding position for him is something he's worked a lot on. So to see him just sort of continue to stay with the counter and stay with it and sort of just outlast the guy, through determination, to get that defensive fall. I'm real confident if he didn't get the fall, he was still going to get the reversal. Yeah. So, but just to see him sort of come through and win that moment for himself and for the team, and start the team off that way, and sort of set that crowd on fire was awesome.
The last guy I want to ask about is Justin Gates. He's up a weight class, first dual appearance of his career. Got a nice major decision. Kind of got those points right at the end. He seemed pretty fired up too. So, is that some good confidence going forward?
Yeah, I mean, great. And again, he's a young guy, hasn't had a lot of time. He was out most of last year with a knee surgery, so he didn't get a lot of time and match experience as a true freshman. So this fall he's gotten some matches. He was down to 57. Now he's up at 65. And the thing I liked, there was a moment in that match where he was ahead, but it was tight, and he got away, and he went right to a hustle score. And it's things we've been training. And as soon as he got away, instead of holding on to that small lead, he immediately attacked. I don't think the guy was really expecting it, and he took him down clean, and then rode hard and really built his lead. So just seeing him do the right thing in the moment with discipline, loved it.
Okay, we got 2 duels this weekend, 2 ranked Big Ten opponents. We got Rutgers first on Friday, Illinois on Sunday. Tell me first about Rutgers. What do you want to see this Friday?
First Big Ten road trip, so yeah. Always love these road trips, especially again with predominantly a younger team and a couple of these transfers. So I feel like there's a lot of growth that happens on these trips, and in certain ways, because we're traveling, it's a small group. We travel between the 15 athletes and the coaching and support staff. It's usually about 22, 23 people, and 15 student athletes in that group. So there's a lot we experience when we go on the road, and part of it's being in an arena when you're in a group of 22 to 23, and there's 5, 10, 15,000 fans against you. It really galvanizes. It's a great experience. I absolutely love it. So I'm really excited about the road trip. Obviously, I think there's a bunch of great matchups in this duel. Rutgers has had, they're off to a good start in their season. I've been sort of following where all the Big Ten teams are at. So, always a fun place to wrestle. They get a good crowd. It's a hostile crowd. I know our guys are excited for that environment. I think there's a bunch of really good matchups, and we just got to continue to build off that Michigan State match and wrestle with those same standards.
I'm assuming the same thing on Illinois. They're a veteran team. We're a young team. So, that'll be a good challenge. I bet those guys are excited to kind of take on that challenge.
Yeah, home duel. I know, with Illinois, we're familiar. There's a bunch of the matchups that I'm really excited about. I mean, they have some highly ranked guys, and they have some guys that wrestle really hard. So I'm excited to see a few of the matchups for our guys. And I think a lot of that match is going to be sort of interesting. I mean, obviously the focus is going to be a lot of takedowns, but I do think some of those matches are going to sort of be won on the mat, and I'm sort of excited to see how that's going to play out. But definitely two exciting dual meets. The season's just going to keep getting tougher. That's what we love about the Big Ten. So excited to be right in the mix, and two duels this weekend right away, because then we got a bye weekend.
Yeah. Last question. We've got a bunch of freestyle guys, club guys in Nice wrestling this weekend. Good start to their, I guess, 2026.
Yeah, the guys are ready to go. Been training hard over the break. 4 guys were over competing: Pantelio, Will Lewan, Jacob Cardenas, Mason Paris. They're over there with Alex Deringer. They left yesterday. They compete this weekend, and then they come back and they have another short training camp, and then they're all off to another ranking tournament in Albania. So they're going to have 2 competitions over the course of these next 6 weeks. So great start for them. I know they're excited to compete. They've been putting a lot of work in, and looking forward to watching these guys.
All right, Sean, thanks. Go Blue.
Go Blue.